Weeks back, I was getting a crazy noise coming out of one of my motors in my boosted board. You know, at first I didn't want to think it was the motor. Obviously, you don't want to imagine having to stop riding your board. But I really did think it was a truck or something very minor. So I contacted Boosted. They had me diagnose the problem, send them a few videos, and it turns out it was actually a pulley, the motor pulley. So basically what happens is, I don't know the cause of it, but if the pulley's loose, you're gonna hear this really loud sound. It's kind of like a clock. It's hard to explain. It's like a knock, right? You ever hear like an engine knock because it needs oil or something? It's the same kind of knock you're gonna hear around at the same point at every revolution of the motor. But anyways, no problems. 2 weeks later, they sent me a new motor. I'm gonna install that now and show you how to do it. It shouldn't take you more than 5 to 10 minutes depending on your skill level and your experience. So let's get right into it. Things you need: 3mm Allen key or hex tool, as well as the 5mm hex tool, and of course the motor. Okay, what I like to do is I like to take the wheel off first, obviously. Instead of popping it off like the V1s, you also have to remove the belt cover first. So you're going to take your 3mm Allen key and take the 2 screws off for that. Once removed, you can go ahead and gently pull and screw off the wheel, and the belt will pop off as well. At this point, you can go ahead and unplug the motor from the controller. Alright, just be careful. You can go ahead and remove all 4 silver screws that are holding the motor to the motor mount. Alright, now what you're going to do is take the 5mm hex tool or Allen key and remove the 4 screws holding the controller in place. That's just going to give you an opportunity to shift it over. Alright, once it's shifted over, you can go ahead and pull the motor right out. It should pop right out. Go ahead and place the new motor back in, the same way you took the old one out. And now the fun part, reconnecting the motor to the motor mount. So basically all you're going to do is put in all the 4 screws nice and snug, not tight, do not tighten them, enough to where you can still move it back and forth. Once that's done, you're going to place the wheel and the belt back on. This is the part where you're going to tension up the belt and tighten up the screws. Okay, the trick to tensioning the belt properly is simply applying pressure with your thumb on the back of the motor, pushing away from the back of the board. Use the other motor as a reference point. You really don't need to apply that much pressure. You just push it away with your thumb. It should line up with the other motor, and you can go ahead and make sure the belt is taut and tighten all 4 screws nicely. Once you're done, you can go ahead and reconnect the motor. Be sure to tuck it back in under the clamp on the side there. And now you should be good to go.